I'm here with Andrew and Tom Hicks from Hicks's Beef. Fellas, last year, 2014, you achieved a pretty big accomplishment which Seedstock producers throughout Australia have been trying for many years to do. You've sold shares in a bull back to the US.
Yes, Ben, we had a visit actually from the Simmental Society. It was an official visit from them, and we showed them our cattle, and that was what we thought we were doing. It was interesting when we pulled up in the paddock, we found that they were getting a little bit excited about a bull just near the end of the day.
Yeah. We
knew he was good and he had the figures, but they really got excited. And the short story is, yeah, we sold them shares,
and that team has gone back to the US now?
It's gone back to the US, but probably the best story is that it's gone back to really one of the great breeders there in
Jimmy Butcher.
Jimmy Butcher, who's right at the top of his game and top of the world.
Look, exactly. I mean, I've been to Jim Butcher's place in Montana, and you know, one of the finest herds of cattle you've seen, or I've ever seen. As you say, there probably couldn't be a bigger honour to go to that particular breeder.
And probably the other thing was there was 4 members of the team. There was the vice president of the breed there, and even probably nicer, 2 young guns that actually worked for the society, and they all took semen in the bull when they saw him. So
yeah, and tell me a bit about the bull. What's his name?
His name's Indexer, Hicks ABC Indexer, and his figures to be in the top 1%, he's just well past. He's 206 all-purpose index, and I think to be the top 1%, what is it, Tom?
Yeah,
probably about 180 or something, is it?
Yeah, 185.
Yeah, so I mean, he is an exceptional bull, but yeah, it was lovely to do it.
Tom, probably Australia's largest and most highly sought after steer competition. You guys had 2 teams in the top 10 this year?
Yeah, we came 4th and 7th this year. Last year we got reserve champion, and the year before that we had 1 team in the top 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fantastic. Sort of, so over what, around about 450 head of cattle in this competition?
Yeah, from all across the eastern seaboard. Yeah, some big names in there. A lot of Angus and composite cattle in there.
So that must, from a seed stock, I mean, you guys are a seed stock operation. You produce your red Angus, you also produce your black and your red composites. It must be a really good feeling to have done, I mean, from a consistency point of view, you guys have consistently done well in steer trials for, what, over 10 years?
Since this trial started, Ben, that we've been in the top 2 or 3 most times, and this time 4th, but consistently been up there. I think the interesting thing is out of this year's results, and nearly every year's results, out of the top 10, 8 of them are crossbreds or composite cattle. And I think that just says something about the composite program and how it delivers results.
Andrew, you've been a leader in the seed stock industry in regards to your composite breeding program. The both of you, what you've done over the last few years has been fantastic. You've got steer trial data to back it up, but I suppose the most important thing, as far as I'm concerned, is that your data now is validated through the American system, yeah, which is something, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there 9 million head recorded underneath that system?
13 million.
13 million.
Yeah, it's one of the largest data banks in the world.
Well, you can't get a better vindication of that, can you?
No. It's really been a game changer for us, Ben, the fact that we've got cattle that are now described accurately and compared for each other. If you're looking for a calving ease bull, there's calving ease bulls described and laid out in our composite cattle with all accuracy, and if you want growth, that you can just pick them out and it's there. And we believe that the relative rating of these cattle is just great. It's they're all very accurate, aren't they, Tom?
Yeah, it sorts them out exactly
how we'd expect
how we think it should.
Yeah, so tell me, I mean, you've got how many black composites and how many red composites are you selling this year, selling this autumn?
We've got 8 red composites and 20 black composites and 10 red Angus.
Well, Tom, tell us a bit about the figures on the red Angus bulls that you got on offer this year.
Yeah, this year the figures have come up very well. all bulls are in the top 10% of the supermarket index, which
Average
is
in the top 10%.
average in the top 10%, I should say.
Yep.
It's the main index. It's a domestic index if you're selling into the supermarket trade. Yeah, it's heavily weighted on birth weight growth and carcass traits.
The worldwide demand, I mean, I'm doing a lot with, you know, branded beef and global protein sales, and being no doubt the world wants hormone-free, antibiotic-free, grass-fed Australian product, and you guys are, you know, tailor-making that sort of, those genetics to fit that market, aren't you? Yeah,
and it's interesting because we've won this feedlot trial and we may be putting emphasis on that. All our cattle this year were grass-fed into the Coles Graze program, just because we're getting more money from it. And I'm with you. I think that is the future of the market too, the grass-fed. But it shows that our cattle perform in both sectors.
Yeah, they're diverse, which is great.
Ben, that more and more customers are coming before the sale, visiting with us and selecting the bulls. And we just think it's a great opportunity for us to sort of match the bull to the person's need. And it's an increasing trend, and we enjoy it, and we welcome anyone that wants to use that facility with us.
So that's if you're a commercial breeder?
Commercial breeder, yeah, exactly, thanks Ben. And it's very, people think we're selling bulls. We're not selling bulls unless we're meeting their needs. So we've got to, and it's important that we find out what their needs are and match the bull so that they're happy, and that's a repeat client. We're happy and they're happy.
Well, it's a really good point, Hicksy. It's not about selling a bull, it's about having a very long partnership with a seed stock producer to match your requirements, isn't it?
And their success is our success, and it's something we haven't mentioned is that with the feedlot trial this year, a client of ours, Brad Gale, got the reserve champion with the performance part of the class. Better than us winning any award is a client winning one.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.